Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8 Second Gaming, and Season 14 has finally kicked off, the ball's rolling, everyone's been getting to play a little bit, but with Season 14 we've also gone back to Kings Canyon for ranked. And a lot of people in the community may not have actually been able to play on Kings Canyon for ranked before, or even just don't understand how to really do it. It is a notoriously tough map for ranked, and a lot of people don't like it for a reason. But in today's video, we're going to be breaking down some tips for Kings Canyon ranked and help you on your climb just a little bit. But if you're looking for even more help in your ranked climbs, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there, we have top level coaches creating the best guides and courses, all aimed at making you the best Apex player you can possibly be. These coaches know what it takes to play at the highest levels of the game and how to get you to that level as well. And right now there's no better time to join up because we're having a sale to celebrate the new season. So click the link in the description, use code Season14 to get that discount, or I'll hide all the power cords in your house. But okay, let's jump into some Kings Canyon tips. And the first thing that I really want to stress with you guys is you cannot play KC like all the other ranked maps. For the most part, you can take a tactic and use it on Olympus, Stormpoint, or World's Edge and it will work pretty much the same way. A lot of people don't really have to adjust their playstyle when switching maps, but Kings Canyon is a completely different beast when it comes to ranked. You have to remember that there are a ton of design flaws in this map, and even though they did do a bunch of changes to it this season, it's still not as good as it should be. Now that's not Respawn's fault, I'm not trying to push blame here, I actually quite enjoy Kings Canyon. But you have to remember that KC was not designed to be a competitive map. It was made, what, 3+ years ago? All it was designed to do was be a battle royale map. They did not even have ranked in mind when they made Kings Canyon. It's the reason that nobody wants to play competitive on it. It's a great pubs map because it's so small you can just constantly fight. It's fantastic for those public game lobbies, but for a ranked game, it's not the best. Third parties are everywhere, it doesn't flow very well, and the legends have just kind of exceeded what Kings Canyon has to offer. So when you guys are going into these KC games, you have to start to learn to adopt a brand new playstyle. You cannot just go with what you're used to and just hope that you fall back into a rhythm. It's not how it works. It is the most third-party heavy map because of how small it is. If you guys didn't know, different weapons in Apex can be heard from different distances, but because of how small KC is, for the most part you're going to be able to hear fighting no matter where it is. And then that leads to third parties, which create more shots, which more people can hear, and then they're going to chase those down as well. I've literally seen it where one team has started a fight on KC and more teams showed up, and eventually the game ended in that same spot because all the teams eventually heard the shots and showed up. So you should always have that in the back of your mind, and when you're figuring out this new playstyle, you should always be factoring in, are there any third parties that could ruin this plan? But now next up we have to talk about the drop spots on Kings Canyon, because typically on a map there is no best spot to drop. But that's actually not true for KC. There are 2 spots on this map that are miles above every other drop spot. Those 2 locations being Map Room and Caustic Treatment. Now first off, Map Room, it doesn't have the most amount of loot there is actually a fairly decent amount, but the reason that Map Room is so strong is because of the scan that it gives the team. When you activate the Map Room, you scan the entire map and you can see where everyone is. You know who's close to each other, who's going to be fighting, where the isolated fights are going to be. You can make such good rotations because of that. But not only do you see where everyone is, you also see where the next ring is going to be. So you can literally plan out the safest rotation because you know exactly where everyone is and where they're most likely going to rotate to. Map Room is insanely broken, but another good location is Caustic Treatment. Now they did tone down the loot that you can get in those tubes, they lowered the chances a little bit, but still 4 chances at gold loot is ridiculous. Right now the gold weapon rotation is really good and the gold items are also fairly useful. I know some people aren't a big fan of the gold backpack and gold knockdown changes, but I actually like them quite a lot. So always having those chances for gold items is really good, and a lot of people underutilize that. But not only do you have that gold loot option, you also get a very sizable amount of loot at Caustic Treatment and really good rotations with even more loot out of it. And I've also found it very rare to not have crafting in Caustic Treatment. It does happen because all of the crafting is RNG, but it tends to spawn there. Now with the ring changes, you're not going to have as much time to craft, but it is always worth it to try and craft something if you have to. So if you guys don't mind fighting for a good drop location, you should always be trying to fight for either caustic treatment or map room. Now next up, you guys need to learn the location of the charge towers. I see a lot of people forget how strong the charge towers can be. On certain legends, having your ultimate off drop is very, very, very scary. Like imagine you have just looted one pill and then all of a sudden there's an ulting bloodhound running full speed at you with a car. But now some of you might say, well, yeah, I understand how strong the charge towers are. I try to use them whenever I can. But if I was to say to you, where is every location of a charge tower right now, you could probably name a few of them, but not every single one of them. Or if you could name every single one of them, congrats, I tip my hat to you. But if you guys don't know all the locations, don't worry, I have you covered. The locations are east side of crash site, middle of rig, middle of capacitor, in between capacitor and farms, east of runoff, east of airbase, and in between map room and repulsor. So if you're in these locations or you're running by them and need your ultimate, you have that charge tower option, and you also know if someone's coming from that location, it's more than likely that they have their ultimates, because if they don't, they probably would stop and charge them. You guys gotta remember, Apex is a game of information. The more that you have against your enemy, the better your chances are winning the fight. So if you know that their ultimates are up, you can play around that. Now the next thing that we have to talk about is crafting is your best friend on Kings Canyon. And what I mean by that is the loot table isn't actually that good on KC. I'm sure that you guys have noticed that something kind of felt off with your loot distribution, but you didn't quite know how to put your finger on what exactly was wrong. And it's basically that Kings Canyon doesn't have as many loot spots as every other map. There's not as much available stuff to the players. So you're constantly going to be missing something unless you loot a bunch of different POIs. And the reason that I say crafting is your best friend is because right now you need a lot of meds, especially with the rank changes. Now normally people crafting would just make batteries or something along those lines, but don't underestimate how useful medkits can be right now. The storm moves in a lot faster and it does more damage ring 1. So you can find yourself chewing through syringes and medkits if you aren't careful. And if you're getting caught in the bad loot table and you don't have as many medkits because you didn't craft any, you might not even make it if it's a far zone pull. The crafting has always been very useful since it came to the game, but right now it kind of seems like you need to land a spot with crafting or just rotate extremely quickly and forego a bunch of loot. Because if you get caught in that storm and gatekept, you are dead. There's not a whole lot of options for you. There's not as many jump towers, Valkyrie isn't as good, the storm does more damage, there's not as many meds, there's a whole bunch of things adding up into one that makes it a lot tougher for you to survive outside of zone. Now in this video I did mention that not a lot of people do enjoy KC as a ranked map, so that's why I want to hear something from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite ranked map is. Me personally, I think Stormpoint is the best ranked map. It was designed with competitive in mind and it is fantastic. It does a great job for a ranked map and I cannot wait until next split to play it again. But I want to hear what you guys think. And with all this being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming and I will see you in the next one.